Hey, how's it going, everybody? I'm back with another tutorial today, and today we're going to be talking about sweep Nurbs. So in case you don't know what sweep Nurbs are, it's basically this right here on my desktop. I created this in Cinema 4D. This right here would be considered a sweep Nurb, and there's a lot of cool things you can do with this feature in Cinema 4D, and the current version I'm using is R13. So with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into this. This is actually probably a lot more simple than you would think, and you can really create some cool stuff. So here in Cinema 4D, the first thing we're going to do here to get this effect is we're going to go to the spline tab here, and I'm just going to use a helix for the purpose of this tutorial. And so you can see that drops in a helix spline into our scene. Now this is a little bit too big for my liking, so I'm going to size it down, I'll scale it down here a little bit. And then right here, if you click on helix, you will see that you have this option here called height. And basically what this does is it'll stretch it out and make it longer. Lots of different controls you have available to you. So your start radius, I'm going to drop that down to about, let's say, 30. And I'll do the same for the end radius. Okay. So there's lots of cool stuff you can do here. Now if I change the plane, you can see I can change the direction. So if I change it to XZ, now this spline is actually moving upwards like so. And like I said, there's some really cool stuff we can do with this. We can also change the angle and do whatever. That's basically if you wanted to make this more twisted, you increase the end angle, and this is really gonna spiral. You're adding a lot more curves in there, as you can see. So I'm gonna leave it like that, and we'll just leave the radial bias at 50%. Okay, so we're pretty much done there. So now what we need to do is go back up to our spline tool, and once again, you can use whatever you would like. Just for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to be very simple here, and just drop in a circle. And what I'm going to do with that circle is size it way down, like so. Okay, and I'm going to change the plane on the circle to XZ, so it is facing up as well. Alright, and once we have that, we can further decrease the radius here. We'll make this pretty thin. We'll go with 23. That's about right. Okay. And now we're almost there. We're basically almost done, believe it or not. So we need to go right here where it says add hypernurbs object. We're going to drop in a sweep nurbs. Okay, and whenever you drop this in there, you need to make the helix the first object you used, first spline, which in my case was a helix. You're going to drag and make sure the arrow is pointing down to make it a child of the sweep nurbs. Okay, and then once you have that, then you're going to take your second object, in this case a circle, and you're going to drag and drop it into sweep nurbs like so. And as you can see, and there you have it. So it's basically that simple. So you can even go further and go into your sweep nurbs tab here. And what we'll do is we'll go to here. Let me increase my frames real quick. We'll do about 400 and drag this over. Okay. We'll go to about frame 200, or how about 180, and we'll control if you're on Windows, or command if you're on Mac, and left click on end growth at 100%. We'll go to frame 0, change the end growth to 0%, and we'll control or command left click that to create a keyframe. So if we go ahead and play this, you can see we've already got a nice little animation going on there. So once again, okay, and what we can do from there is if you want to take this another step, you can also, let's say, get it to where it's fully grown. We'll stop at about 220. And what we'll do is we'll, here, let's go 50% on the start growth. And we'll keyframe that at this point. And right here, we'll go back to frame 180. Change this to 0%. Keyframe that. And also keyframe it here in the beginning. We'll go ahead and play this animation. And it'll grow all the way out. And then you'll see that at frame 180, then it gets shorter to right there. Now that was pretty quick. So if you didn't want it that quick, all you'd have to do is drag these keyframes, make them farther apart and whatnot. And sometimes they're not the easiest to get a hold of. So say 260. Now let's go ahead and play this. And then the end begins to trail off. Now, in case you make a mistake when you're keyframing, or you don't like what you have, or you want something different, to get rid of all the keyframes instead of manually going in here and deleting them, all you have to do is Control or Command, left click, and Shift, and it'll get rid of all the keyframes for that particular property. So now we just have this again. Another further thing you could do here is let this grow out a little bit. And what we'll do with the sweep Nurbs is we'll Command C, Command V, or Control C, Control V if you're on Windows. Go up here to the Move tool, and we'll just drag this over just a little bit. We can even do it again. So basically copy and paste, drag it over on this side. Okay, so now if we play this, now we've got 3 of them, kind of doing their own thing. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to go into render settings. We'll make this HD, so 1280 by 720. Make sure the frame range is selected to all frames. And since I'm on Mac, I'll do QuickTime Movie Codec. You might have AVI if you're on Windows, that's fine. Anti-aliasing, we'll change that to best, and the max level to 2x2, and the minimum level to 1x1. You can even add in some ambient occlusion and global illumination, and go to the irradiance catch under global illumination, drop the stochastic and samples and record density to low. Okay. That's basically that. So let's go ahead and choose a place to save this real quick. In this case, I'll save it to my desktop. We'll call this Sweep Nurbs tutorial. Okay, so we have that. So now we know where we're saving it, what it's going to be called when it's finished. So basically all we need to do now is add some lighting and some texturing. And like always, I'm going to be using Grayscale Gorilla's light kit. Okay, so I'm just going to drop in overhead softbox as well as a regular softbox. I'm going to rotate this around to about right there, and we're going to bring it back a little bit, increase the brightness some. 137% is fine. I'm going to duplicate the softbox and rotate it around to the right side, like so. Okay, so if we go ahead and give this a quick render, you will see what we have so far. Okay, so there you have it. That's pretty cool. That's what we have right now at this point in time. And if I were you, I would go ahead and drop in, create some textures, so our materials. So to do that, just double click down here. You can choose your color. You can add reflection if you want. Just make sure you bring the brightness down, whatnot, and you can throw that onto one of these, and there you go. It's really that simple. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to choose Fresnel as the texture for this sphere, or for this material. I'm going to drop the mix strength down to about 10%. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and duplicate this material. Double click on the new material made. Let's change the color to a blue. Almost kind of purple, but alright, there we go. That's good. I'm going to drag this onto this one. And how about we duplicate this one more time. And we'll change this to orange. Make this kind of an orange color. Maybe a little bit darker. There we go. And we'll drag that there. So now if we play it, now we've got 3 different colors here that pretty much grow on their own, which is pretty cool. Alright guys, that'll do it for today. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If it did, please give it a like, favorite the video. I'd really appreciate that. And also, if you guys want to leave a video response to this video and show me what you guys have done with what I just taught you, that'd be awesome. I'd really appreciate that too. Leave a comment down below as well. Let me know what you thought. And yeah, once again, thanks for watching. And I will see you guys later. Peace.